Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a community zoning meeting in the 11th Ward. Today is January 30th. We're meeting today to discuss a zoning change request for our subject property at 2924 South Loomis. It's currently zoned RS3, which is a designation for a single family home. The requested change is an RT4 so that they can build a multifamily unit there. We have with us the requester and their attorney, Mr. Thomas Moore. If at this point we can have everybody just do a quick round of introductions so we know who we have on the call, that'd be great. Matt, I'm going to start with you since you're in the top left of my screen here.
Hi, Matt Malik. I am a resident of Bridgeport, but not an immediate neighbor to this property.
Great.
I'm Tom Moore.
Go ahead. Thank you, Tom. Eugene, how about you?
I'm Eugene Lamb. I'm the owner of the property.
Great, thank you. Tinan, you want to go next?
Yep. Hi, I'm Eugene's sister and grew up in Bridgeport and looking to go back.
Great. Nancy?
Hi, I'm the neighbor. I'm the neighbor for Bridgeport, but not very close to, not right on the street.
Okay,
But yeah,
thanks. Thanks for being here. Steve?
Steve's an associate of mine.
Okay, great.
He's learning.
Okay, fantastic. And then, sir, I see Ward 11, but I don't see a
Yeah.
name. So will you introduce yourself, please?
I'm the guy who entered the password for my name. I'm Mike Ryan, and I'm the architect for the requester.
Okay, got it. Thank you. I was like, we have a new staff member.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Tom, I'm going to hand it over to you. I can start. I'm going to share my screen and pull up the 2924 South Loomis Street RT for zoning PDF that you sent. Is that okay?
Yes, so we sent you one today, right? You
Yeah,
got that?
this is the one from today.
Right. So, well, I'm a zoning lawyer and first of all, Alderman, thank you very much for doing this and for accommodating us and sharing your time with us. The Lambs grew up in this house, and there was a fire a year or so ago, and they have to renovate it anyway. So they've decided, and Eugene or his sister can talk about it, but they've decided that it would be great to have the three families, that is the parents and all the cousins, all to live in the 1-3 flat that the parents grew up in. And so they've hired Mike Ryan to redesign the 3 flat and to enlarge it, to modernize it, to make it amenable to modern families. And they'd like to all move back in there. But the RS3, the current zoning, is for single family only. It's called non-conforming. And when you have a fire, you have 1 year to reestablish it. And by the time you screw around with insurance and everything, you can't get it done. And it just would be much easier to make conforming zoning. RT4 allows for a 3 flat, which is conforming. That's what has always been there and what they want to be there. And they could make a totally compliant 3 flat if they had the RT4 zoning. So I don't know, Mike Ryan, you want to just kind of walk us through the plans?
Sure. And, I think you summed it up accurately, Tom. The building always existed as a 3-unit building, but was grandfathered in, but then they lost being grandfathered by the long design process after the fire damage, and it went idle. I quite frankly didn't expect the zoning plan examiner to catch that. We provided the water records of the building that proved it was 3 units. But then they asked for photos of all finished units to verify that it's been maintaining the occupancy. And so I kind of hit a stumbling block with the permit process. But yes, I can, if you want to scroll down on the drawings for me,
Just tell me when to stop.
So this is going to be the lower level unit plan, and the dark shaded shape is the existing structure, and then the lighter walls around it are the new additions to it. And so all three units are of a almost identical layout. There's the new shared stairs in the back with an elevator access and an attached 4-car garage. We're required to provide a parking space for every unit, so there's one additional parking space in the back in the garage. It's allowing for 3 bedrooms, including a primary master bedroom and bathroom, and a little more living space than they had in the small apartments that were original to the building. So then if we scroll down again, we'll see the first floor plan. There's a shared roof deck on the back over the garage that you walk out onto. This plan in the center has a small home office space carved out with the family room. And then if you scroll down again, we get to the top floor. And so each floor is a separate unit for the family. And then going down, so this plan is essentially the same. Then going down, there's a small shared space at the back of the building at the top floor with a shared rooftop deck. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, the floor plans. If you keep going down, we have the elevations, so you can see what it looks like. A little bit further, that's kind of a section diagram. On the bottom left here is the front elevation of the building. And so the intent is to keep the existing brick structure sort of unimpacted by replacing the front doors and repairing the stairs, and then creating a modern addition to it that doesn't take away or change the history of the building, and then helps break up the mass of the building as well from the street. On the right there is the rear elevation. The spiral stairs is the required second means of egress for the building code. And then if you scroll down again, we can see the side elevations. This would be the, excuse me, the south side elevation, which is, there's a large side space remaining on the south side of the building that leaves breathing room to the neighboring property, as well as brings a good amount of light into the design and in the units. There's an open balcony towards the center, so there's a little outdoor space. And then the north elevation is the one that's least impacted, if you scroll down a little more, because the newer additions are set away from the north elevation. It's mainly the masonry wall that's existing is what's remaining on the north side. That's my summary of the design, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
So just to be clear, the owners own the lot next door, obviously, because they're gonna be building on it. So there's 2 lots here. They're building the addition to the existing structure.
Correct.
And there still will be a side yard, right?
Yeah, if you could go back up, please. to
Yeah, the
site
top will
plan.
show you that here, right?
Yeah, down, yeah, there's still 9'9" remaining of open space on the side of the building between the neighboring property. The neighboring building is another 3 feet off of that, so it's more than 12 feet of space between the buildings.
And
So
this
this is like.
Go ahead, Nancy,
excuse
go
me.
ahead.
Yeah, so this is like a addition into the existing building, like you're not tearing down the whole building. I mean,
Correct.
the
That's correct.
Existing building, you're not tearing it down.
Yes, we're keeping the existing building, masonry walls and floor structures. And so the new design is aligning the floors with the existing structure, and just working around the existing building. But definitely the intent is to work with what's there. It's the childhood home of my clients here. And I think it's very special to them to continue the legacy and have it grow where they can, have all of their families and their children grow up together, much like they did. I guess they can speak to their legacy more than I can.
Matt or Nancy, did you have any other questions?
No, not for now. Thanks.
Okay,
No questions from me.
well. I think what you've designed is great. I mean, I'm looking at your floor plans. I'm very envious right now what you're gonna have. I do love that it's going to be owner occupied and full of family. I think that's very reflective of the neighborhood. You know, I live in a 3-flat right now, and I live on the 3rd floor with my kids, and my parents live on the 2nd floor, and my aunt lives on the ground floor. And I think it's a very common thing here in our community. So I like that we're going to be able to save an existing structure, not have to level something to rebuild something new, and that you're adding on. And I think it's a great thing. If there's no other feedback, I'm inclined to go ahead and provide the recommendation for the zoning change so that you can move forward with your plans. I know this has been a long time coming. I don't know what you've been through because I just met you not all that long ago, but it sounds like it's been quite the roller coaster. So I hope that when all of this is done, your family will be very happy in the new home.
Thank you. Yeah, the whole point really is for my 9-month-old and my sister's 2 young boys to all grow up together. So we're all thankful that this can happen.
Just make sure you've got enough soundproofing. My mom's biggest complaint is that when the kids run around, it's so loud down below. So our house is much older than this one's going to be, but if I could give you any tips at all.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's a
helpful.
great point.
Yeah.
Notice the big family rooms, which should just be children with toys.
And don't have any pet turtles with sun lamps.
Right.
Yeah. I learned that one.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, no one was hurt. Everything happens for a reason, and there's this beautiful new home that's going to come as a result. So,
Yes, thank you. We were very fortunate.
all right. Well, thank you all for joining us. This was
Thank you,
done on
Alderman,
record.
for your time.
You're welcome, Tom. And the Tienen and Eugene, wish your family well. Thank you for being here. Matt, as usual, thanks for joining. Nancy, thanks for joining as well. If you've got any other questions for us, feel free to reach out.
Thank you
All right,
very
thank
much.
you.
Thanks,
you, everyone.
everybody. Have a good
Have a
evening.
good night.
Too.
Bye-bye.